the things I like about living in coastal South Carolina is the abundance of wildlife. It seems like everywhere you go and look, you can see wildlife. On the roadsides, on golf courses, along trails. It's a very biologically rich area, and I like that. However, there are things lurking around in the night which maybe you don't readily see, and that was the case for my backyard. And what I want to do with this particular video is show you how I came to understand what was lurking in my backyard by purchasing one of these relatively cheap and easy to use game cameras. So what I'll do is I'll show you what to look for in these game cameras, how to set them up so that you too can see what is lurking in your backyard. There's a lot of information out there, primarily from hunters, about what the best way to set up a game camera might be. But I'm going to show you how I set mine up, and hopefully this will allow you to maximize the photos and videos you take of the kinds of things that lurk in your backyard. If we walk along here, I set mine up at a little trail that pops out of the woods right near my house. And if we zoom in right now, you can see my game camera. And the most important thing about what you see here is that I have mine positioned about 3 feet from the ground. It's my opinion that about 3 feet from the ground is good to capture some of the small animals like raccoons, possums, coyotes, and things like that, which will be walking along the trail or passing in front of the camera. This is also good and seems to work really well for some of the bigger animals that lurk here. So about 3 feet off the ground. You can experiment with placing it higher, but as I said, many of the recommendations for putting these cameras higher come from hunters who are primarily interested in big game like deer. You may see some deer in your backyard, but you're probably going to also see a lot of smaller things, and you don't want to miss them. When you go to purchase one of these game cameras, you'll be surprised at just how much diversity there is in terms of cost and features. You can buy ones that simply take pictures and put them on a little SD card. You can buy ones that have a Wi-Fi signal that can connect to your cell phone, and you can even buy ones that have an antenna that will connect to a wireless system and send the videos and photos to a wireless system. I didn't really want to do the wireless route because that would have required purchasing a monthly subscription. And so I went with one that took photos and videos but allowed me to connect to my cell phone. In the end, that particular aspect of the camera didn't work so well at all. And so I think you can probably do just fine purchasing a game camera that takes photos and videos and then simply saves them to an SD card. What I do with mine is I sit it out there in the woods, let it accumulate photos and videos for several days, open it up, take the card in, plug it into my computer, and see what we have. When I first got this game cam, I put it in the back of my yard and immediately started getting pictures of possums, raccoons, possums and raccoons, every single night, possums and raccoons. And I'll admit, maybe I threw a few pieces of meat out there for them, and maybe that's what attracted them. But then, after a few nights, this dude started showing up, and it was as if he enjoyed being photographed. And so, after numerous pictures of this neighborhood wildcat, I decided to move the camera into the woods behind my house and immediately started getting pictures of deer. Lots of deer. Deer everywhere, deer coming and going. And in case you're wondering, here's what a really close-up picture looks like of a deer. Nice fur. The camera actually gives better pictures during the day, of course. You get nice colored pictures. And so I started getting pictures of deer at night, deer in the day,
Deer at night, deer in the day, deer everywhere. And I'm telling you right now, these deer are kind of annoying. This guy's got to be about the worst deer hunter in the world because he's having no effect on the deer. This is a coyote. He's running around out there, more deer than you can count. He needs to step up his game. Here's some videos. Deer are looking for the coyote. I don't think they have anything to worry about because I don't think this coyote's doing anything other than walking around out there. Here's some more deer around, wondering what's going on. Love the way the eyes light up at night when they come right at the camera. And of course, I threw some jerky out there one night, and this raccoon immediately found it. He's obviously having a good time chewing on the jerky. Here's an interesting one, and maybe you all can figure out what's going on here. I think I know what that was, but maybe you don't. And so if you see this sort of an animal running around in your backyard, I'd definitely pack up and leave. Hope you enjoyed this video, and good hunting with your game cam.